Well, it's just Scruffy Boy here. As you probably have known from my last video that I don't actually have a shower anymore, so it's not like consistent. It's also bum to have a bath. Still have baths, no worries, but it's not like I'm gonna have one. I always have one at night. It just seems it's quite nice to have one before you go to bed. You don't want to dirty up your covers or nothing. Messy hair, looking like I've literally touched an electric fence. Brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, it's not a fashion parade, it's just my channel. So, it's Friday today. I don't know if it's actually going to be sent in on Friday, but nonetheless, it's going to be a bit of an awkward one because I'm in my new area, my new place. I still haven't set up the Mac yet, but oh well. It just means I'm going to be on the floor doing it until I decide to get myself a new desk. But I will be doing a re-upload of the flat one before because even I thought I was swearing like a trooper on that. Flipping out. No, it's because I was all nervous and I was just like, oh no, I was just so gassed that I just completely just went complete no filter, you know what I mean? So, but without a further ado, if you haven't watched that video, I will re-upload it and that will be like my next video after this one. So if you haven't watched that one now, then you could go have a look, or you could wait till re-upload, and the re-upload will be the one after, which is actually the one before. So if you can work out the math, so you're smart enough, you know what I'd mean. Bit of a weird one. We're talking about a weekly update. Weekly update. How are my days? It's been a roller coaster, okay? So because I don't have my notes on me, so I have to remember all the 5 or 6 key elements. So it's finance, education, social, mental, and physical health, miscellaneous. I'm probably missing one, but again, I don't have my notes, so I'm just going to go right into it. And if I do miss anything out, then I'm just going to do like a little video over that, and then I'm just going to put that in somewhere that seems convenient to me whilst I'm editing it. Let's quickly fire these ones off. So, okay, let's just cut the head off the snake, right? Finance. Well, finance has been an absolute flipping ride, really, because obviously going around moving and whatnot, it's just shifted everything right now. Everything's just set in motion. Basically, I'm like claiming like housing benefits now. That's getting sorted, so I have to change from universal credit about, and then I actually went on and got paid today, which was from my work last week. Still, it wasn't really much, you know. I had a bit of a shocker yesterday where the car insurance company wanted like 300 odd quid out of me because I basically moved address because it was like a less remote address. So they wanted all that money out of me, and then I rang them back up to get it all flipping sorted because they were saying if I don't pay the money by 8 o'clock today, then they cancel my insurance, and if I didn't, they'd only give me £700 back. But the £700 is something that I have to go and reclaim my insurance with, and the cheapest insurance I could go for is £4 grand annually or £400 a month minimum, which isn't a lot. Which like my universal credit doesn't even cover £400 a month, so it got to the point where I was gonna lose my flipping car. You know what I mean? That was a nightmare. Absolutely like. My throat is burning up right now because I've literally smoked like most of that, you know what I mean? So that's like one burn in there, by the way, because I was smoking constant, so my throat's on fire now. But I managed to like ring everyone about and try and see what they can offer me, like, you know, like in advice and stuff. Most people just kind of like not really that helpful because they were like some people, they were kind of like not even like answering their calls, or some people were like, we're just not giving really any information, like just not really helping, you know what I mean? It's just better off like talking to a dead horse about it. But some people were quite helpful, and some people were actually tried, you know. I really appreciate that. 'Cause I know you actually were trying, you know, it's not like I'm saying you're useless. So it was good. It was really good that people were trying to help me, or I tried, but they couldn't help me. You know, I understand. I got it all sorted. That was all sorted because I rang them up and I checked my insurance out, and they basically put it on. I was due like 30,000 miles annually, which is ridiculous. You know, like I don't know anyone who does 30,000 miles annually, so don't know where they get them figures. So you basically checked up on my black box to see how much money mileage I actually do, because I've only been driving for 6 months. They basically was like, right, we're gonna have what you do now, but double it, so make an annual. So they ended up figuring out I only did like 800 odd miles for 6 months. And they're like, well, that's a lot less than 30,000, you know what I mean? Like, you're more likely to do about 2,000 miles a year on a minimum. So I said, all right, just put me on for 3,000 miles. And then they give me a quote. And then they were like, oh, you don't owe us like 300 odd quid anymore. We basically owe you like £74 or something like that. I was like, oh, okay. You're trying to scare me, were you? You've been idiots. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for the heart attack. I'm 25 and I don't want to die of a heart attack, you know what I mean? But then again, these days, if you die of anything around here, they'll just class it off as COVID, so, you know what I mean? So heart attack of a flipping day that was. Panic over. But the one thing I couldn't really avoid was paying off my flipping parking fine, which was ridiculous because I ended up parking around front to transfer the stuff from the hostel back into this place. And because I live on the tippy top floor, I couldn't exactly like just quickly commute. I had to go up and in, or I had to go into the elevator and I had to wait for the elevator to go, and then I had to go to just constantly doing that all the time, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous, and couldn't be able to do that. Eventually I went down and then I got myself fined for being in a unregistered parking space, which they were like, only have to pay out £60, and I was like kind of resubmit it, and then they were like, oh, you've got a disabled badge. I was like, well, no. Man, I'm a bit of a monk sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, well, why can't that be a bit like, disabled? I'm definitely a monk sometimes. Sometimes I can't even remember what I'm saying half the time. Why am I not getting disabilities permit and that, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I ended up not paying 60, but I paid 30. Never found that because I was within 14 days or something like that. So I ended up paying the £30. So I was like, fine, you know what? Just pay the £30. It's easy enough. So I don't get entitlement like that. So now I just have to remember to break at least one of my legs. As a joke, by the way, calm down. Now I think I consider it sometimes. So I think that was a finance error. All the money that actually went onto my actual job in warehousing was kind of going back on petrol anyway, so it really did not matter 1 ounce or anything really. It didn't really matter because I literally just paid my way. So again, I'm not doing that warehousing now because it's just silly. I'm just literally working my ass off, breaking my back just to pay for petrol. It's just not worth it, so no, it's not consistent. I mean, yeah, if it was like every day, or like if it was like 3 on 4 off, but I was doing like 8-12 hours, then yeah, like if it's worth it to go all the way down to Perth, then yeah. But if it's local and if it's 5.5 hours for like 3 on 4 off, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad because I could just walk it if I wanted to. But I don't have that, you know what I mean? Like it is like a 40-minute drive. And it doesn't matter how fast or how slow or how economic you are with your car, it's going to cost you a bomb just to get there and back. So it's not really worth it, especially when you're doing only 5.5 hours. And it's like some days you won't even get your time and they try to screw your day off. One minute you're doing 4.5 hours, next minute they'll be like, oh, can you come in like an hour later or 2 hours later? And that basically like doesn't sound a lot, but it is when you're only working 4.5 hours, because then you're not earning like 36 odd pounds, you're earning like 30 odd pounds or something, not even out of 20 odd pounds. So, you're really losing a lot of money in that retrospect. Because that money, that extra £9 is going towards your flipping petrol. So imagine having £9 less worth of petrol for a fair bit of petrol. Again, they just kept screwing me over, so I'm just not bothering with it. It's a finance here out of it, well, as much as I can be bothered to talk about with that. And then you've got the education side. Again, there's nothing going on because they're still processing it. So again, I'm just waiting around for a phone call or for the application on their portal to get processed and see if I get a phone back or anything, and if not, then I'm going to apply for probably the same course but on a different level, and then I'm just going to keep annoying the cat of them until they sort themselves out. Again, education side is just dead material, isn't it? And then social aspect, I mean, yeah, it's been brilliant, As you go to my peer mentoring every Monday, so that's good. Well, see every Monday, it'll come a lot like it's a religion now, even though I feel like it is. But yeah, it's just kind of enjoy it. It's just friendly people, and you just get to listen to what people are going through, and it kind of just puts you back into that sort of set where you're like, you're not the only one that's going going through, and it kind of just reminds you that everyone's going through problems, everyone's going through issues. So if you ever feel like, why is life doing this to me, then you're just being silly, because life isn't doing these things to you. Life is doing it to everyone. It's just how you take it. It's just what you do with what you've got is what the difference is. If I ain't word of the day, then I don't know what is. That could be your word of the day. Okay, so that's your, well, I was going to say your social. I've actually been in social as well. I've actually been speaking to a lot of people. For social, yeah, I mean, I've made new friends, and again, I've had a lot of people that I've been talking to up here. I've also been keeping in contact with the people that have been down south as well. You say, like, rekindling old flames. Just more and more people have started opening up, branching out. It's great, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to get back in touch, just get back in touch, man. I'm not going to judge you, you know what I mean? It's just nice to hear from you, you know what I mean? Don't be a stranger. Let's just say I'm, like, really happy and blessed. So social aspect with Sweet's Golden has been blessed. So that's good. All aspects have been blessed, so pretty happy for that. Then you've got your physical and your mental health. My mental health, if I can remember my mental health, well, I'll tell you one little secret. For the past 4 days, I haven't been taking my antidepressants. And the reason why is because I didn't need them. I just didn't need I just basically just haven't took them. And it weren't like they were like a massive dose anyway. They were only like 50 milligrams, so not that big. It wasn't like I was taking them for that long, but no, I don't need them, because reason with everything that's been going on, everything's been good, you know. It's just starting to appreciate life every day, and I look out the balcony window and it just, I don't know, because I love seeing all that, like the scenery, the city, and it just puts my mind in a really good state, you know, and it just really, like, I don't know, it just kind of just takes my mind off everything, you know. And everything right now has just been absolutely brilliant, you know. Like, I've been going out more, I've been way more extrovert, way more pointing out and meeting people, and opportunities are coming flying left, right and centre, and I definitely feel like my life is moving forward. And yeah, you're going to have some knocks and bollards, but that's life. It's silver linings. Everyone's going to have silver linings. I'm doing what I should be doing, and that's making the most out of life, because that's what you've got to do in life. You've got to make the most out of it, you know, because you've only got like a short amount of time to do as much as you need to do. If you start sitting around procrastinating, like I said in one of my last videos, and then your body just decides to get depressed. And because I haven't rested this entire week, I've constantly been going to places and getting myself sorted and doing things, and you know, and socialising and just all that stuff, you know what I mean? It's all within, like, you know, during a pandemic and stuff. I have been careful. I don't have COVID or anything, you know, and I still don't have any signs of COVID. I haven't got like a new temperature or a loss of sense of smell or anything, because when I go out, you know, I do wear like face masks and stuff. I do take responsibility, but for what I have been in COVID, I have done the most, you know, I have done my best thing. I've basically just done the best I can do, the best of my ability, which is brilliant. So my mental health has been great, really. I mean, can't really complain. And I say you got a few knocks, but it's been good. And then physical health, alright, well, I have been dropping a bit of physical health recently. That is because I have been very busy. That is because I've been going around transferring, moving things around, meeting people, walking about, basically just being a healthier person in that way, rather than being a healthier person, you know, like being in a buff way. There's no videos of me going around to do it, but it's not like I haven't done anything. I have. For example, if you want physical health, well, I did walk around the waterfront, like all the way around, and then I've walked like, all the way around town, and I've walked all the way up through Hilltown and all that. So I have been walking quite a distance. I've also, when I had to transfer my stuff from the car to my flat, that was a freaking exercise. Wow, my arms were killing me after that, and especially my taps and my shoulders were burning. Like, for what little I have, I actually got quite a bit. So, and a lot of it was really heavy as well. Like, I kind of like super packed them. Especially the freezer stuff was super heavy. So they were like, and they killed my arms. And having to put all this stuff around and moving on the back, that was, no, did my back in. Had to bend down a lot. So it's not like I haven't been doing anything. I've been trying to fit in, like yesterday I did about 50 press ups, about 20 setups because as soon as all of that stuff, the finance there was sorted, and then I literally had like 3 hours for myself to do whatever I wanted to do. And even then I didn't really do a fat lot. I just ran a bath, had some food, had a cigarette, and then I went to bed really, you know what I mean? So, and even then it was like 11:30, so I never normally go to bed at 11:30, so very busy day yesterday. Well, busy day the day before, very busy day the day before that. I think this is the only day that I've not actually been, well, I'm saying not doing anything, but I have still got things to do, you know. I've got to go town and get some basic essential things. I still have to pay some people off, and that's it. But I'm probably going to end up doing my exercise though, because I do feel a bit cheated, you know. I do feel like I'm not like sitting around and then not doing anything. I'm kind of just sitting here. So I've got a busy day of editing this. I'm going to be editing the video before this and re-upload that. So yeah, if there's anything miscellaneous that I would like to talk about, I don't know. I mean, I did see a woman smash a BMW, but she was basically like going up the hill town, because the hill town's on like a massive like gradient hill like that, and it's named Hill Town. She's basically trying to get a BMW like parked like alongside the corner shop, and she ended up reversing. And I don't know, 'cause she must have like a reverse cam, because she was looking down here rather than like, you know, you're supposed to be looking back here. Even that reverse cam couldn't even help her, so she ended up just banging into the front of the van and the back of the BMW. Yeah, that guy's not going to be very happy, because obviously she realised, like, it's like you can't do an uphill, but you live in Scotland, so most of Scotland's uphill. So you get used to your hill starts. Like, I've get used to my hill starts, and my car is the worst on hill starts, because like I have to like put it on like 4,000 revs to get it up a hill. But this car, you couldn't even hear the revs, and she still managed to like slip down a hill. Like, I was like, if you chuck it in first, right, and you smash the rubber, then it'll go up. She was going like second or third. I don't know what she was doing, but she shit that, no doubt. Like, even if you have to balance your handbrake to get the revs, and then basically jump the clutch with the handbrake to pull it forward, which is kind of a trick I do if it was a really steep hill, because then you don't want to be mixing your clutch and your brake, because you don't have three legs, do you? So those use the handbrake, or the e-brake as is sometimes called. So you hold your handbrake, and then you put it, and then you kind of floor it forward. You go over your bike point and you smash the accelerator down, and it pulls it forward. But I don't. But before I could even tell her, she basically smashed into the front of his van. So that was fun. He wasn't very happy about that, and she just drove off like an absolute cow. So I was like, wow, if someone did that to my car, I'd go nuts. So that was pretty interesting. Other than that, there's nothing really that I haven't said in my last video about me moving out. Just be really healthy, really. I need to get myself a desk, because I will be doing editing on the floor. Mind a mess. So we'll have to do it on the floor, because I've literally just got like the bare essentials here. I feel like I've just got to go in and buy just little things, you know. I need like an iron and like clothes sources and stuff, you know, little things. The Hoover will be nice. Yeah, freaking carpet cleaner. Other than that, I really don't have much else to say. I'm gonna go out and start my day, and I'm going to go and drop this and edit it and send it down, whether it's going to be Friday or Saturday or tomorrow. It'll all just depend on how fast YouTube takes to upload it, how efficient I am to edit it, since I'm looking now. This is like 28 minutes of straight recording, so it's going to take me a freaking long time now, probably a few hours. So you're probably going to find it on Saturday, so a bit late, but I've got a lot to talk about. Anyway, without further ado, I'll see you soon, yeah?